Another week, another win for the Utes. Thanks for watching the Crimson Corner on KSL.com. I'm Jeremiah Jensen, along with Josh Furlong, who works the beat for KSL.com. We look ahead to Saturday's clash with the Trojans and look back to the win over USC last season. But we begin with a look to Saturday's win over Arizona State. Kyle Whittingham said after the game his players would not be denied. The Sun Devils, the rain, and some mistakes on special teams couldn't keep the Utes from going 6-0.
Ute fans, good evening and welcome inside of a sold-out and rented-out Rice-Eccles Stadium. It's Saturday Night Football with Pac-12 South supremacy on the line. Utah and Arizona State. Play action, roll to the right, into the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown! Harrison Handley! Deep, they're going to bring it out. White across the 5 to the 10. White to the outside, has the edge, 25. He's got the edge, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 up the sideline. Here goes White into the end zone. It's a touchdown. 100 yards for Tim White. Will take it at his 39-yard line. He'll move up forward to the 50. Look out, he's got running room. 30, 25, 20, and tripped up at the Utah 18-yard line.
Special teams was just atrocious. Almost lost the game single-handedly, special teams-wise.
Snap is good. The kick is away. It's high, and it is good. Wilson pumping once, looking long. Kenneth Scott. It's out there, and it's caught! Whoa! Inside the 10 to the ASU 9-yard line! Batman with the big grab and a Utah first down!
I don't know how he came up with that football.
Travis, play action, steps, fires to the end zone. Scott, open, caught, touchdown! Touchdown, Kenneth Scott!
Going in this game, we wanted to take shots and we wanted to make some big plays, and we got some good plays called up, and I trusted my guys to make plays.
Motion man across the formation. Option pass to the end zone. Incomplete! Incomplete! Covey backs up, 9 yards deep. Is he going to bring it out? Nope. Now they're going to fake it and throw it to the near side. Oh, no! That's going to be a safety.
The forward pass.
Illegal forward pass. Receiving team. The foul occurred in the end zone. By rule, a safety.
That was a really bad throw.
Good snap, good hold. Gonzalez kick is end over end, and it is good.
Everybody was comfortable. Everyone was still confident we were going to win that game. And
here they come. Option play outside. Pitch to Booker. He's got running room. 15, 10-5, touchdown! Brings DJ Foster back into the backfield. They give it to Foster, and he's blown up in the backfield. Oh, my goodness. Play action pass. Pressure coming. Cowboy Penu got him.
Shout out to my D-line that they're the best in the country, and I really mean that.
Our defense didn't let him in the end zone. Bottom line, our defense gave up nothing.
Formation for Utah. They'll give it again to Booker. Devontae bounces outside. 40, 45, first down, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown! And that's the dagger tonight!
I love these guys. I've coached about 280 games here, and this is as fun a group as I've ever been around, and excited to go to work every day and you know, go to practice with them. It's just a great group to be around.
Another great win for the Utes. Each week, Hans Olsen and former Ute Christian Cox from 12A to the Zone join us on Sports Beat Sunday to break down the X's and O's of each Ute game. This week, the guys break down how the Utes were finally able to open up some running lanes against an aggressive Sun Devil defense.
All right, here's the dagger. This is what killed Arizona State, got the defense going. Set this up for us, Christian.
Yeah, so you got a DN who's going to be coming upfield. You got Harrison Handley who's going to be sealing on this block. But you got 3 blitzers. You saw this blitz coming from Arizona State. They got 2 sacks off of it. Aaron Roderick dials up a perfect play call speed option to the right.
I love it. Harrison Handley, look at this. Look at that sealed up block, pushing his guy, and then Heisman-level speed, Heisman-level vision, and Devontae Booker blowing up into the backfield. What's going on here with Arizona State's linebacker?
Yeah, you got this linebacker who runs himself completely out of the play instead of coming up over the top where he could maybe make a tackle or make a play, but Devontae Booker just showing off who he is, and Utah stayed consistent with trying to run the ball in the second half.
With the win, the Utes continue to climb in the AP poll. They move up 1 spot to 3rd this week and once again received 16 first-place votes, second only to #1 Ohio State. They remain 7th in the coaches poll. Josh, a lot of things about this game to talk about, but there's one thing I found really interesting, and that was the fact that maybe the Utes caught Arizona State stealing some signals on the sideline. What do you know about this?
Well, Kyle Whittingham talked about it a little bit at his press conference yesterday. He said that, they were trying to be a little cautious with it. They kind of suspected something like that. It's not the first time it's happened to Utah. I remember a game last year where they started putting towels over their heads so they could try to disguise some of the things that they were doing. I think it was USC, actually. They didn't want them stealing their stuff, so they had Travis run to the sidelines. It's an interesting thing to do. I mean, it's not necessarily illegal, but at the same time, it seems a little shady.
Well, yeah, and you're looking for any advantage. I mean, it's interesting, though, Travis going to the sideline trying to get the play call. It's interesting that they caught it, and after that, Utah blew the doors open in this game.
Absolutely. Maybe there is something to it. Maybe it is something that, they just knew every play they were going to call, and once Travis started going to the sideline, everything was much better. Obviously, you saw the holes open up for Booker, and everything was great for him.
What was your biggest takeaway in this game? Obviously, special teams was a huge problem, but other than that, the defense was amazing. The offense really found their way in the pass game.
I think, what you said right there is absolutely correct. That defense is fantastic. It's going to win probably every single one of these games for Utah. Now, I don't know if they'll win every game, but I think the defense will keep them there. I think the thing there is that Utah doesn't have to be perfect to win these games. You've got a great defense. It's going to be your backup. If the offense sputters a little bit, obviously you need some points, but it's not going to be bad. But I think, one of my biggest takeaways is that was probably one of Travis Wilson's best games. I know you're going to look at Oregon as being one of his best, but the simple fact that you're able to handle the pressure that he did against Arizona State, which is bringing pressure every single down, and do what he did, is absolutely fantastic.
Well, now that defense is going to have their hands full in L.A. this weekend. The Utes now turn their attention to the USC Trojans. According to Las Vegas odds makers, the Utes are 3-point underdogs to the unranked 3-3 Trojans. That's right, underdogs. USC has lost 2 straight. They did play much better in the cold at South Bend Saturday, taking on Notre Dame. They opened up the playbook. The double pass, Jalen Green to Juju Smith-Schuster, 75 yards. They tied it up in the third with another explosive play. Adoree Jackson, 83 yards. The Trojans had 590 yards of total offense. These are the athletes they got to look out for, but it wasn't enough. Notre Dame would get the win. Despite all USC has been through this season, Kyle Whittingham knows his team's facing a dangerous opponent on Saturday.
Be able to be 2 games up in the loss column, just 3 games in, that doesn't happen often, so we're fortunate to be in the spot we're in right now. But got to keep playing. Got a tough opponent this week in USC. I don't think anyone will argue that they're year in and year out the most talented team in the Pac-12 and got a lot of weapons. And so we've got to be at our absolute best this week to have a chance.
All right, Josh, as we look at this game, what is going to be the key to victory for Utah? Is it that defense versus those skilled players of USC?
I think that's one of the biggest things. I mean, Juju Smith-Schuster is just a fantastic athlete, not to say anything of anybody else on that team. But if you can limit guys like that, Utah has all the shots in the world. You obviously are going to allow Booker to run that game like he does. USC's defense is good, but they're not like the Arizona States where they're going to bring pressure every single down. They're going to find some creases. They're going to find some holes that Booker's going to be able to run through. And then once they try to stop that, Wilson's going to be able to open it up, hit some of his receivers. I really don't see Utah having a hard time in that case. I think it's going to take a lot of errors on Utah's part to actually lose this game.
Kyle's very complimentary of USC, and for good reason. They do have that talent, but isn't he going to use this little bit of his motivation, the fact that Utah's an underdog and the number 3 ranked team in the country going in against an unranked opponent?
Absolutely. I mean, anything that you can get to kind of say that you're being slighted, I mean, it's great. I mean, the simple fact that you're the number 3 team in the country and you're still a 3-point underdog going into a team that's 500 on the season. I mean, that's great. Oh, it's USC again, the storied tradition. But instead, just go in there, do your business, and everything will be fine.
All right, Josh, let's take a trip around the Pac-12. While Utah's in control of the Pac-12 South, the favorite in the North looks to be Stanford. They made another statement on Saturday, continuing their dominance of UCLA. Now 8 straight wins over the Bruins thanks to plays like this.
Pinned against the defender's back. That is utterly incredible. Francis Owusu.
Francis Owusu with the catch of the year. Unbelievable. It's been done before, but it hasn't been done this year. That's definitely the catch of the year. Then there's Christian McCaffrey, who put himself in the Heisman conversation with his performance. 243 yards and 4 touchdowns. Also returned to kickoff 96 yards. Stanford has just been crushing teams since opening the season with a loss to Northwestern. Oregon's a much different team with a healthy Vernon Adams Jr. quarterback. He passed for 272 yards and 2 touchdowns. They withstood a late rally by Washington, and the Ducks go into Seattle and get a win over the Huskies. Colorado almost got that elusive conference victory, but once again came up short against Arizona. Arizona running back Jarrett Baker, look out. He's just too much. This is a 79-yard touchdown run. He ran for 207 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Stefan Luafau played great for Colorado at quarterback. He had this 72-yard bomb to Shea Fields. The Buffs led 24-17 entering the fourth quarter, but Arizona would rattle off 3 straight scores. They take control and hold on to get the win over Colorado. Gary Anderson in Oregon State at Washington State. Former Logan High Grizzly Luke Falk, another huge day. Falk at quarterback's going to hit Jamal Morrow from 8 yards, and the Cougars starting a blowout. 4 minutes later, Falk to Morrow again. Great moves, and at this point, it's 38-10 in the first half. We're still going into the first. Falk hits Don Williams for another one. Luke Falk, 407 yards, 6 touchdowns. However, late in the second half, Falk throws his second interception. So what does he and his linemen have to do? Up downs on the sideline. How crazy is that? You throw 6 touchdowns, they still punish it. Washington State wins that one by 21. Josh, of all the games this week, what's really stood out to you? I mean, that Stanford win was really impressive. They continue to roll. And Oregon looks like they have some life again.
Yeah, it's absolutely different game with Vernon Adams Jr. in there. You can see that their offense is starting to come a little better into what they're normally like with Vernon Adams there. But I think what you said beginning, you know, that Stanford-UCLA game is probably what was on my mind. You know, it was just, they just absolutely took UCLA behind the woodshed and you know, didn't let them have anything they wanted. You know, UCLA, I still think they have some talent there. They're still not able to put it together for whatever reason it is. But Stanford, you know, not a lot of people are talking about them still. And I think they're one of those teams that's going to rival Utah. And if not, you know, if things keep going well, those two are probably going to meet up in the Pac-12 championship this year.
Utes have a 2-game lead in the South.
Yeah.
3 games in, it's crazy.
Never thought we'd see that one, did we?
No, I don't think anybody did. When
No.
the Utes are picked 5th in the South, and now they're leading this way, it's crazy. But the Utes in the driver's seat, and it looks like Stanford in the North as
Absolutely.
well. We leave you this week with our Legends segment, a look back at an instant classic last season. Utah's come-from-behind win over USC. A big step forward in the Utes and their rise in the Pac-12, a victory that gave them a season sweep over the LA Schools.
Throws the flanker screen, and it's off the legs of his wide receiver, Darius Rogers.
That's actually a lateral, and no one's blown it dead yet. And Utah trying to take it all the way back. Davion Orphy, touchdown.
They called that a lateral. I thought the ball went forward. Orphy picked it up and ran it in.
Oh, yeah, we're screaming to pick it up and run, yeah.
Kessler lets it fly underneath. Carr, touchdown, Juju Smith.
Wilson to Booker. Booker to the end zone. And SC's got it. He fumbled twice inside the 5, and SC comes away with the second fumble this time. And back it goes to the Trojans. Andy Phillips out of the hold of Tom Hackett. The kick is up. And the kick is good.
And they'll bring it out of the end zone. This is Adoree Jackson. It's the sideline of Adoree Jackson. He breaks one. 100 yards, touchdown, Trojans. And Adoree Jackson surprised Utah because he caught it, and I think they started to pull up a little bit. Didn't think he'd really run it out.
Play action pass. Wilson looking, firing to the inside. It's caught at the 3, down to the goal line. The ball's out, and it's a fumble.
No, they're saying he's down.
He's down.
After review, the runner fumbled the ball before it being down. The ball was recovered in the end zone by USC. First down at the 20-yard line.
Wow. Kessler play action pass. Still looking down the field. Still looking down the field. And it's intercepted. It's intercepted on a deflection.
Believing in ourselves and having that confidence, I think that everybody knows on our team we believe in ourselves, and you know, when it comes down to making a big stop or something, you know, we believe that we're going to do that.
Make it 24. Booker, right side, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. He's in the end zone. It's a touchdown for the Beast.
He's in the slot at the top. He goes over the middle. Kessler steps up, and touchdown. It's Rogers. Darius Rogers found a soft spot, and USC takes a 20-17 lead.
they're going to make plays. You play teams like USC, they're going to get a bunch of plays on you. That's how it is.
Out of the I formation, here's the pitch to Aguilar. And he got it. Wait a minute, did he step out of bounds? Short. Yes, he did. He didn't get it. The Utes have the football and 1 timeout remaining.
That last drive, we believed that we were going to score. We had no doubts whatsoever.
26 seconds. Wilson to pass. He's going to tuck it and go. Travis to the 15, to the 10, to the 5.
Travis Wilson! Hercules!
They'll motion play across the formation. Wilson rolls out the pass. He fires to the end zone. It's caught. It's a touchdown. It's a touchdown. Kalen Clay caught it, and Utah leads it with 8 seconds to play.
Best thing to boost recruiting and get kids interested is winning football games and doing the things we've been able to do lately.
Utah's going to rush 4. They're not going to give Kessler a lot of time. And he's down! He's sacked! Welcome to Sack Lake City!
I grew up a USC fan. You know, it's a blackout game and everything, so I'm overwhelmed right now.
How does 6-1 sound?
Awesome feeling. I mean, it sounds great. It's been a while since Utah's been in the bowls, so now we're in the bowls, but we just got to keep it rolling now.